Welcome all to the channel TechnoTags. In this video, I am showing how to set up the Visual Studio Code editor for the Windows platform. First, we need both the Visual Studio package and the MINGW compiler. MINGW compiler provides both the G and G++ compiler, so we need the MINGW compiler for the Visual Studio Code. Then we are going to the steps. First, we need to install the MINGW compiler. You can directly download the MINGW compiler from the internet by checking. So we can see here and the source for we can see the MinGW means GNE for Windows, and click on that. So here you can just click on the download button. So after some time you can able to download the MinGW compiler for the code editors Visual Studio Code. So now it is completed. So you can see the setup file here, and click on that and run, and click on the install button here. So this is the default installation directory. You can see is in the C, and then click on continue. So the process started for the setup. It takes some time for the complete setup. After some time you can continue here, and then you can select the both needed compiler here. I'm selecting it as marked for installation. By clicking on every, you need to tick on everything for the G++, GCC, and the things we need for the setup of GCC. So you can see other needed packages here. You can see I need to install everything. I also installed the GTP and other things. You can need to specify each things you can obtain from here. So these are all the things we need, and then by selecting all those things you can go to the installation and then click on the apply changes. So I apply. So it takes some time to set up all the things to our system. So after some time there is a window and extracting all the things to our system. It takes some time for installation. So finally other packages and other things are installed in our system. You can verify it by going to the C drive. Here in the C drive you can see this MinGW, and you can see the corresponding libraries installed here in the binary. You can find both the G++, GCC and other compiler. Next we want to set up the Visual Studio Code. For that we can directly go to the Chrome browser and then type in the Visual Studio Code download option, and here you can redirect it to the direct platform for the Visual Studio Code downloading. So here you can see different versions for Windows, for Windows and Mac. Here I am downloading it for Windows. So here you can directly download. Clicking on the download button, you can directly able to download. Here it is started, so it will take some time. It is around 90 MB. So this is executable. Before going to install this, we need to set up the environmental variable, because we are downloading the MinGW compiler, but our environmental variable is not able to detect this. For that we can able to edit this environmental variable for the Windows machine here, and going to the option environment variable, and then click on here for the paths. You can able to edit this path, and I am able to add this. So small I am added, and I am deleting once more, and then I am showing how to add this path. So here this is my path of the MinGW libraries like G++ and other things. Here inside the binary you can see there is a G++ GSTC. So you need to add this path to the environment variable by clicking on the this and copy this path, and then adding one more here, adding a new path here, and then click by copying and pasting this path and click on OK. So here I am adding the system variable path. Here it is added, and then clicking on OK. And after that, you can go to the our downloads here. So you can see the Visual Studio Code setup file is completely downloaded, and clicking on that, so it directly go to the installation procedure. Here accept those things, and this is the default browser path for the location. You can select by clicking on the browser, you can select the other paths and clicking on the next. So here I am adding start menu and clicking on this create a desktop menu, and then click on all other things and then click on the next button. So here you can install option, you can install the whole Visual Studio Code to your system. So after some time our Visual Studio Code is completely installed, and then I am going to the Visual Studio Code. Here we can directly go to it by clicking the desktop menu and changing and closing the all the editors. So here I am closing all the folder. So for verifying the installation, you need to C++ extension. So going to the extensions of the Visual Studio Code and click on this, you need to I'm clicking on the install. You need to install this C++ extension, and you need to also install the extension packs. It is already earlier installed, so it is showing uninstalled, and click on the install button. You can able to install both of these, and also a code runner is needed to install in here. So here you can see these things. You need to install this also for compiling the C and C++ code. After that, I am creating one more folder here. Open folder. I am creating one more folder for checking the compiler is working properly. For that, I am adding one more folder in the desktop, like naming C++, and then I am going to open this folder. It don't have anything, so defaultly it is open to this folder, and I am checking a sample code here, main.cpp. So you can code anything, you can go to this procedure. I am writing a sample code here in cpp. I am printing some data. Hello Visual Studio Code, need to display for verifying purpose. So this is my code, and then you can compile directly by going to the new terminal. Here in this you can see check the G++ and other things. So it is we can found the main.cpp file. Typing the main.cpp, you can compile this code. So here the problem actually is we don't save the. So after saving this full file, once more I am compiling this. So after compiling, you can see there is an output is generated with a dot extension, and then executing this, we can see hello Visual Studio Code. So these are the procedure for setting the Visual Studio Code editor for your system. So like this, you can able to add once more code in C. You can verify the C compiler is GCC is also working. I am printing some data high on the terminal, and after that I am saving this file in the same folder and listing as it in the terminal here, and just compiling this file also. It's a C file, it is compiled successfully, and then I am executing that file also. It is stored in the same .xv. So you can see the high. So both the GCC and G++ compilers are working. This is the procedure for setting the full Visual Studio Code in your system.